all been sore at some point or the other, but Bale was saying that we're just getting better by the day, which is good to know.
I've called it pony trekking because that's all it is at the moment. That is genuinely quite intimidating from day to day, to do a certain amount of intensive learning. I don't think it's not necessary. Horses are not compelled to learn at the speed of actors attempting to get up to speed, but it's thoroughly enjoyable.
Well, the thing is, when you're at this level, the horse is 10 times more intelligent than you are. So they wouldn't let you near an animal for insurance purposes unless it was brilliant, and it would basically do what the wrangler tells it to do. I don't think it's got very little to do with us, to be quite honest. We just sit on it, and try and look stylish.
I've done a little bit of horse riding. I've done some trotting around, and that's about it. And I had some lessons when I was in England, because I just thought, I'm not going to get out there and be the only one who can't ride a horse.
I mean, I think the horse riding is the most complicated in terms of all the different things you're doing. But yeah, no, but actually weirdly, I thought I was the most scared about that. I thought that would be the most difficult, and in a way it was, but I'd not really done much riding before, and I kind of got quite into that.
We set ourselves the job of making horse chasers be like car chasers. So, the Bourne Supremacy has fantastic car chasers. What can we do that with horses? And really, certainly on television, it's a generation since anyone's tried. And I think, well, judge for yourselves, but we think we've got it.
I loved Hood Academy. No, I loved the archery the best.
Yes!
Well, I'm the best at archery, interestingly enough, which none of the rest will admit, but we had archery competitions at the start, and I was by far and away the best. So they don't let me use a bow because of that, because it would show up Robin's, it's a little bit.
Well, what we're doing now is archery, practicing with the long bows, and this is the Saracen bow that I'll be using in the thing, and this is my second session, but it's some of the guys' third one, and this is the most competitive thing that we're doing, because everybody wants to get the bullseye in.
Pumping.
Yes.
Oh!
There's a lot of men in this show, and you can imagine that gets quite competitive.
Cheers!
Gordy!
Oh.
He's back! The big man is back.
Right. Who's that? Who was that did that? Well, I hope your golf's considerably better than your shooting.
We have to be doing it because we have to be quite sharp with the bow, because we use it quite a lot. But it's good fun.
Hey.
Release. That's okay. Release.
Just basically getting used to the bows and how they fire, because there's two different sorts. One, there's the long bow, which the lads are using, and then I've got to use this Saracen bow, it's called, which is obviously a lot different and smaller and more compact and more powerful. But it's really good once you get the hang of it. Once you can actually fire it, then you can start to try and aim, because at the beginning you're just trying your best just to hit the target, and they're basically guiding you. But it's good, and it's getting competitive now. If you've got a gun, then you've got the aiming, needle at the top, so it's right there. But with this, because it's here and it's gauging it, I mean, if you're aiming it kind of like that, then your eye line has to be in line with your hand, and it's just, because it just depends where your head is, and kind of finding the right level, because it's an ancient kind of firing weapon, isn't it? I mean, it's centuries old.
Hey! No.
Whoa! Go on! Right. Do again.
Looking good.
Of course, it makes you feel the part, and also it's an integral part of Robin because he's supposedly one of the best in the world. I mean, he never misses. So yeah, it does help a lot, and also because the bow is so different. This is made out of horn, and it's a recurved bow, which it says, you know, in episode 1 he talks about it, and it's because of the shape of it. It gets more power and it's more compact. It's smaller, so it's easier to handle.
I think that is why I shall have you hang yourself. Now I have maimed you. It's a scratch.
Well, I wouldn't use the word mastery. That comes through with the different kind of tricks that we use. I mean, it's very stop-start in the sequence, for instance, at the end of episode 1, with the whole hanging thing. That took 3 days to film, so it's all quite technical.
People of Nottingham! These men have committed no crime worth more than a spell in the stocks. Will you tolerate this injustice? I, for one, will not.
Unfortunately, we've not done much archery so far. Robin tends to get to fire all the arrows.
We want the world to be real. You know, yes, there's this kind of fantasy element to it, which is basically to do with the incredible stuff Robin can do with a bow. But the rest of it, we want it to be grounded, and we want it to have that feel of being real, and there's jeopardy, and people can get hurt.
So it was quite an intense week, 2 weeks. Yeah, very useful.
It has to look good, it has to look believable, and we have been, you know, giving it 110% for all the stuff we do.
The essence is that things will look good because people know what they're doing. They know which end of a weapon is which, and yeah, it's as much and as enjoyable as it is. It's there's a very good reason for it, and it's really to, I suppose, essentially so that, you know, the audience doesn't notice.